Okay, Noah, you ended up bubbling out YCS London with, I have no clue how to call a deck, but give us more information, please.
So I was calling it throughout the day my Mathmech deck, but as you'll see in the profile, there's some Scareclaw cards, some Spriggans cards, Hero cards. I make Cyframe Lambda and Omega, so there's a lot more going on than just Mathmech, but that's kind of the backbone.
Okay,
so,
let's do this.
It's also 60 cards, you can see fat stack double sleeved, so we'll go into it. So this is the best starter in the deck, Formud Skipper. The primary target that you want to reveal is Scareclaw Lightheart with its effect. And then it copies the name, so you'll be able to link Formud Skipper into Lightheart. This will let you search for level 5 or higher Cyberse, which is Parallel Exceed. And then this will let you search for the Scareclaw field spell. So it's basically like you get 4 cards out of 1. It's pretty silly. So because Formud Skipper is the best card in the deck, I decided I wanted 3 more copies. Theory Rice Map. Doesn't matter if you pay lots of life points if you win the game. And then 1 for 1, of course. And then also 3 sign-up mining. So basically 10 ways to search Formud Skipper, but you'll see later there's more Cyberses, so sign-up mining can get more targets. I also Piri Riced for an Ash one time because he had banished all 3 Formud Skippers, and I needed something to make Almirage. So yeah, some stuff you can do. So this is for the Formud Skipper stuff. Then for the Scareclaws, there's the 1 field spell, the 1 Scareclaw Arrival for the spells and traps, and then 2 Reichardt. So the reason I play 2 instead of 3 is just for space reasons, because apparently you're not allowed to play 61 cards. And you need specifically 2, because if you draw 1, you want to summon it, and then be able to search the second one off the field spell to make a rank 4. And then I also played 1 Acro. It doesn't matter which one you play, this is just the one I brought to London. It has 0 attacks, you can search it off Piri map if you want to, if you lose all your skippers for whatever reason. And you can also use it as an extender, because Piri just says you can't activate the effects, and these don't activate to summon. And then 1 Roto, because he's a warrior. So yeah, minimal Scareclaws, but you see them often because of the skipper. So then for Mathmechs, I played the 1 Super Pack, 1 Equation, and then the monster lineup is a bit strange. It's 1 Sigma, 2 Diameter, and then Nabla and 3 Circular. So this is obviously the good one you want to draw, that's why 3. Then Nabla is not played in most Mathmech decks, but I have to play it in my version because I send it off Circular and then use Alimbertion to revive it. And then I tribute itself to summon Diameter. That way I get the 3 names in rotation for the trap to have a negate and make Laplacian. Yeah, and nothing locks you into Cyberse besides the Sigma, so I can do lots of plays without being locked into Cyberse. So yeah, this is good. Next is some generic extenders. So I played 2 Stratos, forgive me for being ugly, but pretty 3 Hero Lives. So this is just the best starter or extender, because if I have another card to normal summon, I can Hero Lives for Stratos, search another copy, maybe beta hand trap, and then normal my Formud Skipper. But if I have just a bad hand and all I have is Hero Lives, I can search the second Stratos, normal it, make Alimbertion, and still have some combo. Then just more extenders, I played 3 Shade Brigandine, and then also 2 Dynatherium and 1 Noble Knight Shieldbearer. This card is in here because it's a warrior, so it's basically the 3rd copy of Dynatherium, but I can Rhoda for this, and then this banishes from the hand to search Dynatherium. So, yeah, these are the extenders. And then any good deck has a couple bad cards, so Spriggans Brothers. If you draw some extenders, you can make the Spriggans Merrymaker XYZ in the extra deck. This one here, who will send the brothers. Then on top of it, you overlay for Sargus. You search the Regulus, and then you summon the Regulus, you equip brothers, and this is some insurance into Nibiru, evenly matched, stuff like this. Yeah, so that's those, but you don't really want to draw these because there's no other machines in the deck. And then the card that bridges everything together is Small World. So you can Small World into anything you need. A lot of the cards are super arbitrary types and attributes, so you kind of just figure it out. And it helps out post side too if you want to search for Gamma or Kaijus. And then, so that's all the real cards, and these are the cards that allow you to go second. I have Droll, Veiler, Nibiru, Cyframe Gamma, and Ash. So the reason I chose not to play Impermanence is because of it working with Small World. And also, I wanted to be able to have these hand traps that I could normal summon to make Almirage to trigger Parallel Exceed.
Right.
And then I know this conflicts with Hero Lives, but it's 60 cards. I just pray that it never comes up. And then Gamma is just one of the best hand traps in the format, and it's also searchable in my main combo using Cypher and Lambda.
Okay.
So that's the main deck.
Right.
60 cards.
Okay.
So then extra deck is the one Lightheart. There's a lot of one-ups because there's so many different engines, you don't really have space to play duplicates, so I just hope that my Cashier opponent doesn't hit the right card. And then for the OTK, it's Splash, Update, and Access. Standard in Cyberse. And then Cyberse Wicked and Heat Soul. I only summon these like 2 times in the whole tournament, so I think these could probably be cut for something else because most of the time you're not really using Cyberse cards. They're kind of at the end of the combo. So I think these should be something else. I don't really know what, but yeah, they were okay. And then lastly is Almirage for the hand trap play. And also if they impermanence your Formud Skipper on field effect, you need to make this.
Right.
And then Lambda. This is part of the main combo. You make Lambda, and then since I'm not locking myself into Cyberse, I use the diameter and the circular to make Omega, and then this triggers the Lambda. So I hit a card from their hand, I know what they're playing, and then I search Gamma. And then for the XYZs, there's 2 Alimbertian, 1 Laplacian. It's pretty standard. And then the package I mentioned before with the Merrymaker and Sargus. So this is also really, really good going second. This is how I win a lot of games going second, is I'll make Merrymaker, maybe they impermit, make Sargus, maybe they have some other targeted negation. I attack, and then I make 4 material Zeus, and then in main phase 2 I try to do some combo. And then last card is Zeus.
Right.
So yeah, there's the extra. And then side deck, I play 2 Kaijus. So the reason I chose these 2 is they're the easiest to bridge into with Small World.
Okay.
And I think you need to play 2 because you want to be able to Small World search 1 to out a Rise Heart, but maybe they banish 1 off the top of your deck with the level 4 guy or the Diablosis. So I figured 2 is enough in 60 to not get punished. And then I also play 1 Delta, 1 Epsilon. This is for going first against like Labyrinth or some other trap deck. I can search this, and against Branded I can search this instead of the Gamma. And then next I played some 1-ofs to pair with Thrust. So I have Dark Ruler, Feather Duster, Talents, and then the 3 Thrust. So just pretty basic package to pair with this. I didn't play anything to set going first actually, which is funny. There was 1 round where my opponent used D-Shifter, and I had to use Thrust to set Shade Brigandine, and then summon it on his turn, and I lived on 600 life points and was able to come back, but I would probably play something to set for when you go first off of Thrust. And then just more going second is 3 Lightning Storm, just back row, and then Call By for when you go first, and then this. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, show us some the most
standard,
ideal play fields. Or
so I can show you just literally 1 card Formud Skipper. This is what I did on stream round 10 was with 1 Formud Skipper, but I can show you Formud Skipper plus any additional level 4. So we'll just say Therion, for example. Okay. So you start with summoning the Skipper, use its effect, you show Lightheart, then let's out of the way, you link into Lightheart and you go Chain Link 1, 2. So the Skipper will add the Parallel Exceed, and then the Link will add the Field Spell. Next, you activate the Field Spell, and here, Field Spell searches for right heart, and then since you have the adjacent zone, you summon the right heart, and his effect searches, I only play the 1 target, so I just search for the Scareclaw Arrival. Next, you can special summon the Therion. Then you can use these, and the reason you summon the Therion here first is because they could theoretically steal your right card with the on-field effects. Then you go for Lambda, trigger your Parallel, parallel effect on the field. Summon out another one. Then use these. I usually put them in the further zone over here. I'll just make it condensed so you can see better. Summon the Merrymaker. Merrymaker's effect. Send the brothers. Then you stack on top of it the Sargus and use Sargus to add the Regulus. And then summon the Regulus here by equipping the brothers. Then activate a rival, special this back. And then here's where you finally get into the Mathmech portion of the combo. Make Alan Bersham, activate his effect, search the circular, and then here's a cool interaction, is since a material was detached from an XYZ, you can use Sargus to bounce back card on the field to the hand, so you can return this to your hand for follow-up. Then you can use circular, sending the Nabla as cost. Use Alan Bersham's second effect to tribute himself and bring it back. Then circular will add you the trap card. Then Nabla will tribute itself in order to special summon out Diameter. So now you have the 3 names in rotation to have the negate Laplacian. And since we're not locked into anything, I can just synchro these 2. Summon out Omega. Activate Omega's effect, rip 1 card from their hand, and trigger Lambda to search on the end phase.
Right.
And then so you set the superfactorial, and then on the end phase you'll search out the Gamma. So you basically have their -1 card, -2 cards because this hits 1 from their hand. You have negate, bounce, and the superfactorial will send from the field. So
and 3 cards left in hand.
Yeah, 3 cards left in hand plus this in hand too.
Yeah. Okay, really cool stuff.
Yep.
Okay, any last words?
No, just shout out to my team Jobber, and shout out to everyone else who keeps convincing me to play this game, and that my crazy ideas are worth taking to a tournament.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for the profile. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.